From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Well, how you doing this afternoon? You know, it's beginning to warm up again. And, the thing is, it's actually expected to be a little bit warmer today than it was yesterday. So it continues today, but it's not going to last forever. We have cooler air in store for us over the weekend and maybe even some shower activity here for everyone with cooler temperatures for next week. Still kind of uncertain as far as whether or not we're going to see rain next week. For now, I'm keeping it dry, but that may change. We'll talk about that in a little more detail in a second. There's the ridge of high pressure. See the arc in the clouds right here? That's the ridge. That's the warmer air that's been kind of coming in from the south and the reason why our temperatures have been so warm. And I say that because the coast, obviously you're not seeing these warm temperatures. You've had the fog, you've had the cooler temperatures. So again, we're talking that broad sense, right? So there you can see, that's what it looks like as we go into Friday. That warmer air begins to kind of move itself down to the south and to the east. As we go into the weekend, Sunday, now we're seeing that cooler air move in, temperatures dropping, and quite a drop actually going into Sunday with the potential for rain. This is where the forecast models begin to diverge. Yes, they agree that that cooler air moves out, but some models want to take some of the cooler air from Alaska and Canada and bring it down into Northern California, dropping our temperatures more and maybe even bring us chances for rain. This model keeps the warmer air in a ridge to our ooh, I got a fly in my eye. It happens. But we've got this warmer air moving on in, and that is what is preventing that cooler air from coming down based on this forecast model, right? But if we go into the European forecast model, it's actually bringing that cooler air down and maybe some showers. So I want to show you what this model is showing here. Now, again, Sunday, pretty good agreement that yes, everyone is going to see a chance for showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. And this is including everyone, the valley, the mountains, and the coast, right? That's Sunday. All right, so there you can see, not very widespread, not a ton. Then this model keeps us dry. But see how we have all of these systems passing to our north? That is where most of the rain is going to be. We can't rule out the potential for some of that kind of shifting a little bit more to the south. And that's all you have to do. Shift it a little bit more to the south. And now we've got rain in the forecast. But for now, I'm keeping next week dry. But just bear in mind that that may change, especially towards around the middle of next week. Okay, so your wave heights for today, there you can see, still fairly high. Now they're dropping, though, as we take you on into your Friday, between 7 and 8 feet. Looking at your beach hazard statement, that continues through this evening here. You can see that there's going to be that threat for sneaker waves. We saw it yesterday, and we're going to be looking at it again here for today. So just be extra careful if you plan on being on the beach today. There's your marine forecast, and we are looking at that small craft advisory here along the coast. So once again, we do need to be really careful out there. All right, so here's what it looks like today. Of course, cool for the coast, right? But when we talk about everybody else, pretty warm. Temperatures in the 90s inland, even for parts of Trinity County, not to mention the valley, 70s and 80s for most of us in the higher elevations. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day outlook. And as I mentioned, everyone has a chance for rain on Sunday. I don't think it's going to be very widespread as far as seeing a ton of rainfall. And we also can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm. Now, another thing you'll notice with this trend here is that everyone is also seeing a significant drop in those temperatures from Saturday to Sunday, including the valley, about a 10-degree drop, 10 to 15-degree drop for some. But there's that chance for showers. As I mentioned, there could even be a stray thunderstorm before, at this point, it dries out from Monday through Wednesday of next week. Your 7-day outlook for the coast, there are those temperatures in the low 60s over the weekend, with that chance for rain coming in Saturday night into Sunday. That's the case for inland, and not to mention Trinity County, drying out and warming up slightly going into next week.